glad we can fill this out when we want to.
Yeah, of course you can. And actually, you can put, instead of putting your name on there, you can actually put good citizen.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Because you don't have to identify yourself on a piece of paper, obviously.
No, you don't. You could be reported anonymously, like you said.
Yeah. This is the Heat Patrol. Get them investigators.
Actually, really fascinating.
Is it?
Yeah, it actually is.
Shouldn't be publicly accessible. They don't want people to see it.
They're inmates.
They got inmates from publicly accessible areas. So I'm gonna take my eyes off of them. It's a little bit not so nice.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How about yourself?
Oh, he knows.
Because they got bribes and rights.
He just turned away.
Oh yeah, it's still publicly accessible, but
Yeah, but
we understand. I'm not gonna film them on purpose.
And I don't want all that
I
stuff.
understand it's publicly accessible, and I'm not gonna film them on purpose.
Yeah. If you point the camera that way, you'd be filming on purpose.
Well, it's still publicly accessible, and I'm allowed to film whatever I can see in public.
I get that, but you see, you're trying to tread that line, and
I'm not treading the line. If you don't want people to see them, you shouldn't have them in public.
yeah, but it's also called,
Well, it's in public, sir.
it's also called jail.
Well, it's public.
It's also called jail.
Well, it's,
You know, there's a guard line, and I can enforce rules inside the guard line.
oh yeah?
You know that? But I'm not.
Okay. Do what?
Nobody stopped me.
Okay.
I just asked
Yeah,
you.
I know.
I just tried to be nice.
Oh no, and I'm just letting you know I can film them because they're in public, but I'm
As long
gonna
as you think
shoot.
you can.
Oh, I can. But
As long as you think you know what your rights are, that's okay.
I know what my rights are, trust me.
Okay, but remember, you're inside the guard line. So
I can't believe you guys actually didn't see the video. But, oh, you didn't see it? Did you see it?
What?
See the video?
What video?
The last time I came up here.
I don't.
He was by himself.
I didn't think. You couldn't buck it. It's all good. Welcome you. You come anytime you want.
What's your name and badge number, by the way, since
You don't know who I am?
I don't.
You don't know who I am?
I don't.
You know who I am?
Are you the sheriff?
There you go.
There you go. You got a badge number?
Oh, man.
Yeah, 101.
Okay. But yeah, it's publicly accessible.
Well, I just want to say thank you for being so kind and, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything you need. Help you out with anything you want.
So I just want
Just
to.
trying to protect my inmates. Because they have rights too.
Obviously.
Because your rights can't trample their rights. That's
also,
that's the thing we have to.
Your feelings
we
can't
we-
trump
we
my
can't-
rights.
We can't lose the fact that your rights can't trample over their rights.
But
That's the thing
also,
we need to. We can't forget.
we can't forget that this is
Your
public.
rights are no better than their rights.
This is publicly accessible, and you have to remember the First Amendment says that you can't trespass my eyes from the public.
That ain't what the First Amendment says.
It is.
No, it don't. Read it to me. Read me the First Amendment to North.
Well, I'm not gonna look it up because I know it.
Read it. I got a copy of it in my office, and we'll go in there and we'll get it out because I have a copy of the First Amendment sitting right there in my office, along with the Constitution.
Sure.
I know exactly what it says. I can't read it to you verbatim, but I know it don't say
Also,
those words.
148G.
We all have interpretations of it, right?
Right, but you still can't
That's what-
trespass
that's what-
my eyes from the public. And this is publicly accessible. I've already been through this. I've walked all the way back there because there's no restricted area signs. Lost filming.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. Did anybody say anything to you?
Absolutely.
And all I asked you was a simple thing.
And I
asked
told you. I told you I'm going to keep them off my camera as much as I can, but I can't promise anything.
So your rights got to trample their rights. That
It's not
puts
my
you
right.
above them. So you're better than them. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
You did.
I
You just
didn't.
said that.
They're in public, and if they don't want to be
You just said
seen,
that your rights are better than their rights.
I didn't say that.
You did say that.
I didn't say that. I have it on camera.
You did. You did say
I
that.
have it
That's
on
exactly
camera.
what you're implying.
That's not what I implied at all,
It is-
sir.
It is what you're implying.
That's not what I'm implying at
Your
all.
rights are more than their rights.
Absolutely not.
What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do regarding public laws?
What would Jesus do?
Regarding public laws?
You know?
Man,
Do unto others as you have them do unto you. That means that you put yourself below everybody.
Well, I
That
didn't.
means your rights, I have to put your rights above my rights. That's what Jesus would
Well, as a taxpayer, I'm actually considered your boss until I'm detained or under investigation or legally arrested. Technically, as the
do.
taxpayer.
That ain't right.
How's it not right?
How does your rights change even though you're arrested?
Because you lose some of your rights once you're arrested.
Does that not mean you're still technically my boss? If you're, are you a registered voter?
I don't answer that question.
Then you're not my boss. If you don't vote, then you ain't my boss.
Well, I don't
How
have
about
to
that?
answer that question.
Why not? I'm a registered voter. What's the problem? You scared to? You're not proud to be a registered voter?
I didn't
Because
say I wasn't,
holding-
but also I
holding the
didn't say I
camera-
was either.
Holding the camera and doing all that's one thing. But if you want to make a difference in this world and what's going on in our society, if you don't go in
Yeah, I'm
there,
trying to educate police officers.
if you don't go in there and flip that lever, then you're not making a difference.
I'm trying to
Anybody can hold
educate.
the camera
I understand
and
that.
claim they know all the First Amendment rights. But if you don't go vote, then you're not my boss. But just because you get arrested and you go inside jail, that doesn't take those rights away from you.
Well,
You're confused on
takes
that. You still
your
got your
Fourth
rights.
Amendment.
You still
Your
got
right
all
to
those
privacy.
Rights. You don't lose them. You don't lose them just because you get arrested. Right?
Your Fourth Amendment, you actually do.
Not once you get arrested, you know.
Sure, you do. It's your right to privacy and
I
be
think you
secure in
extend
all
this a
your
little bit more on your
persons and papers.
You need to study this a little bit more on your rights. You don't necessarily lose it just because you get arrested.
Well, you can't arrest me unless I've committed a crime. So.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
And you can't violate the Fourth Amendment until you have reasonable articulable suspicion that I have already committed a crime or about to commit a crime.
But you don't violate your Fourth Amendment rights if you have articulable reasonable suspicion.
Well, depends on what the reasonable articulable suspicion is.
It don't matter. If you have that and you can articulate it, which means you can put it forth in court, correct? That's what we're talking about.
Which means it would have to be a crime.
You believe a crime or something's happened. Right?
A crime.
Right.
It would have to be a crime.
All good?
Yeah.
yeah. I got, anxiety, so a little anxious.
We can all have a little anxiety about all kinds of things. The weather, the economy.
Oh, for sure. Joe Biden. Do what?
Uncle Joe.
That's your uncle?
Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe, he's just trying to look after us. Come on, now.
No, I don't like Joe
Look,
Biden
man,
that much.
I just want to say thank you for being a cool cop.
Hey, let me tell you something. We can't all get it all right all the time.
I know.
Because, people with
Absolutely.
a badge on are human too, right?
Exactly.
They're human. Are they going to make mistakes sometimes?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Everybody makes mistakes.
You know? We are constitutional officers. Did you know that? What is your share? So I'm going to give you let's talk about the Constitution just a minute. How does the sheriff get their powers?
You're getting voted in office?
No. Constitution of the state of Georgia. The sheriffs are constitutional officers. We don't get our power from the people. We don't get our power from a government. We do kind of get our people from the power that vote. Remember, voting is your most powerful tool that you've got. So if you're not a registered voter, I encourage you to go vote. Okay? You ain't got to tell me yes or no, but I encourage you, go do that. That's how we make our voice heard. Because look at our last elections. Does one vote not count?
Well, yeah.
One
it
vote
was-
counts, right?
It does.
It does. Okay, so your sheriff get your powers from your Constitution, state of Georgia. So you're a constitutional officer, which means we're an officer of the court, right?
Right.
Which means we don't work for a county manager. We don't work for county commissioners. We work for
The people.
the people.
Yeah. Okay.
We work for the people. And that is a super important job. And I take it very seriously. So when we have an encounter,
Right.
I want it to be a good encounter. Do they always end up as a good encounter?
Probably
No,
not.
they can't. Sometimes they don't. Do,
Right,
do we
well,
stick our foot in our mouth?
You guys
and do
got
things that we shouldn't sometimes? Absolutely.
Which-
Because we're human. But do we correct what we do and try not to do that again? Absolutely. We try not to make that same mistake twice. If we make a mistake and we do something wrong, because when we arrest somebody, we're restricting their movement.
yes.
So we deal with people's constitutional rights every day. We take it very, very seriously. We want to do a good job. We don't want to make mistakes.
Which, do
Like I
you
said,
know
if I didn't-
Sergeant
if I-
Eller?
If I didn't want to have this conversation with you, I'd have just drove on my window up.
I know you would have. I know you would have.
Yeah.
I know you would have.
This is a good
But
conversation.
You know,
do you know Sergeant Eller? I encourage you to watch my video of him illegally detaining us because
That's-
it was illegal and he had no reasonable articulable suspicion, none of that.
We got a
And-
complaint for him, and
Yeah, we're gonna make a complaint, and I don't want him to get fired necessarily, but at the same time, I want him to understand that he can't just detain somebody just because he feels like it.
yes.
and maybe he didn't.
He did. He actually said we are being detained, and until I told
I
him,
ain't gonna get into the details.
Well-
If you want to talk about off camera, there's all kinds of things I'll talk with you about off camera.
well, I'd rather have it on camera, but
But
you
I'm not
know,
going to, I might go into greater details about things with you, but I'm not going to do it on camera because that's my right.
oh,
Because even though I'm a public servant, I still have rights.